cast.
I forgot again.
Toys from
Toys from a galaxy far, far away.
I'm Scott.
I'm James. And we're going to be reviewing this Rancor figure tonight.
Yeah, this awesome, big, huge figure. So, which version is it of this?
This is the 1996 version, the Power of the Force 2.
Power of the Force 2, okay. Yeah. Well, it's a good-looking figure. There were 3 versions so far that I know of. 4, okay.
There's the 1983 version, which is from the Return of the Jedi.
Vintage, yes.
Yeah, and then there's the...
That was the original Power of the Force,
yeah.
I think.
And then there's this version, which is the 96 Power of the Force 2. And then there's the... Is yours the Toys R Us exclusive?
I think so, because mine, which we can take a look at it here, it says 2008 on it, and I looked it up on rebelscum.com, and the version you're talking about, the Toys R Us exclusive, was a darker brown, and mine's pretty dark, so I'm guessing. I mean, I bought mine secondary off a secondary market, so not really sure.
And then there's one more version that was actually off of a video game, and it's a Rancor, but it has a guy riding on the top of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
cool.
and I think it's 2012, but it's off of a video game that they made, the Force Unleashed series.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And Daniel at the flea market, he had one, and he said it was like $50. And I thought about it for a while, but it's a little taller than this one, but not as big as yours.
Oh, okay.
And it's got these blue, like where this dark gray is, it's got blue stripes.
Yeah.
So it's got this, and I just thought, it takes away from the actual. If I'm gonna get a Rancor, I might as well get it.
Yeah. Well, rebelscum.com. The only thing that I saw when I looked the other day was 3 versions. There might have been 4, but they had a comparison photo of the vintage, of the Power of the Force 2, and then this 2008 version. But I mean, it's a good-looking figure. I like when I turn it. Hopefully he stays up. I like how they have the jowls on there, because that's one of the things I remember about in the movie. I like the color. The one I have. Now the bantha is there just to hold him up, because this figure is top heavy, and so is the other version.
They don't like.
There's no standing them up. And you probably need to buy one of those clear stands that they sell aftermarket that will hook around the torso and go up the spine and go down to a base. That's probably the best way. They make them all different sizes. I don't have any. What I usually do is I put a little hot glue on their foot and then take usually some floor tile and cut it into a shape and hot glue it so it'll stay there. But hot glue doesn't stay forever either. So with this much weight,
it's hard to say.
Yeah, you have to for this much weight, you got to have a good stand. And I wish they would come in stands, but you know,
cost.
Stands are a thing that for some reason they don't put a lot with figures for some reason. That's what I liked about the Phantom Menace. I mean the prequel figures. They come with the what was the sound?
The Comtech.
Comtech. I keep reading that. That doubles as a stand too, which I like that. That was a cool concept.
Yeah, and I think they kind of followed that up in some of the Clone Wars figures. They have these little plastic stands. I mean, they're good. The nice thing about them is even if you lose the one that's for that set figure, it doesn't have anything on it. It's blank.
Yeah.
So luckily, you can always just put it for a different figure.
Yeah. Yeah. If I could find like a bundle of those, you know, where I've looked them up before, and they're kind of expensive for a piece of plastic with a peg on them.
Yeah.
But if I could find somewhere that the place that sold them wholesale, and I'd buy like 500. Yeah. Yeah. But did you want to put your Gamorrean guard?
Yeah, I'll put this guy.
I can't remember what his trainer or controller master was. What his name was.
I'll just put him right there.
That's pretty cool. Look at the scale on that. I mean, that shows you. This is a Power of the Force 2 Gamorrean guard. and it shows you the scale. It's pretty good. It's pretty darn close.
It's pretty accurate to the size of, at least movie accuracy. And I put a jaw on his mouth just for fun, because I'm sure a Rancor would probably eat a Jawa for lunch. And
for snack.
Not thinking twice about it.
Yeah. Now I probably have a Jedi Luke somewhere, but I didn't have time to dig him out to go with it. Now, if my version is the Toys R Us version, which I'm not sure, it's supposed to come with a Jedi Luke and a bone. Which, oh, there you go.
Let's see.
There he is. That's the Power of the Force 2 version of the Luke, right?
Yeah. I have his lightsaber somewhere. It doesn't fit him really well. That's the other thing I don't like about the Power of the Force.
Yeah, and then they had some that were like this long.
Yeah, and the fingers aren't fingers. It's look like a Lego block hand.
Oh yeah. Do you want to see my version?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's pull it out. The one thing I do like about this is some of the other ones don't have the. Here, we'll just move on set.
Yeah, I'll hold them up if you want to take the bantha up. Yeah, now. Talk about top heavy. Both of these figures are crazy. Now the thing about this version, you can put his arms down and he can kind of rest on his arms and he still looks like he's halfway upright. Let me make sure that this is in frame. Oh yeah, that looks great. And like I said, this one is the brown version, the darker brown, so I think that's why that was Toys R Us exclusive, but it may not. But it's got the claws that have the bendy wires in them, which are pretty cool. I remember in the movie it did look like his two fingers are way too long to grasp stuff when he picked up Luke. And it looks like, well, they've got the same amount of fingers. It's got two long ones and then a short, like pinky claw, and then a opposable thumb claw. And let's see.
We can actually
you want to turn them on?
Yeah, here we can go. Or you spin the whole
spin it? Will it spin?
And then, yeah, and then we'll just. I'll hold their hands.
There you go.
And their backs are pretty.
See, they're brothers.
Yeah. And I just like how well they did the articulation on just every little detail. Seems to. And these toys aren't. I mean, they're expensive, but they're not.
Yeah, I can't
break
remember.
your wallet expensive.
I think I got mine off of eBay or something in a lot. And so, how'd you like the Rancors? I mean,
in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
The whole Jabba scene I was 50-50 about. I mean,
Same here.
I liked it, but I thought they could have done a little something extra and not just thrown 2,000 characters into a scene. And
yeah. Well, I see this one's got, looks like 5 points. Well, the head doesn't swivel. And this one here, does the head swivel? I think it swivels. This one's got
mouth swivels.
5 points, but it's also got wrist swivels. So I guess that would make it 7 points.
Pretty similar, a little different.
And the mouths open up.
That one doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't?
I
thought maybe it did.
No, he just jammed the thing here.
Okay, I think that one.
His mouth opens.
Yeah. Yep. He's hungry.
Here, we'll just put a chow on there.
The thing I liked about this Power of the Force 2 figure is I like the jowls. I do remember that on there. I don't know why this one doesn't have it as much, but
it doesn't have it. Well, it has a little bit hanging off of this.
Yeah.
Here,
well, I was talking about right here. That
in the corner.
Yeah. Too bad they didn't come with sound. I mean, I really don't care about sound that much, but it would have been cool if they had some sound when you open their mouth, kind of like I've got a
Godzilla.
I've got a Godzilla that you press the button on the back and his jaw opens and he makes that noise. So,
but pretty accurate for, at least when they made it. They made it at least figure accurate.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the size of a Jawa to a Rancor would be pretty big of a difference. The Jawas are that big, it should be.
Oh yeah. I feel the same way about Return of the Jedi. I mean, it's probably my fourth favorite movie. Star Wars, and then I like Rogue One second, and then Empire, and then Return of the Jedi. As far as closest to what Star Wars is in my mind, I like the prequels, but they're more like eye candy. They're so busy. I mean, they're still Star Wars. I love them.
Yeah, I think for me it would be Empire, Star Wars, or A New Hope, Episode 3. I just love how Ewan McGregor fills the role of Alec Guinness.
Yeah, I know.
It's hard to, and then people will judge me and say, hey, the prequels, Hayden Christensen, nobody liked Anakin. It still tied the story together. It gave the context, not just, because I mean, all of us waited how long for just an explanation of who Darth Vader was through.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, I'd read in different magazines back in the 80s where George Lucas had always said that how Darth Vader came to be was because Obi-Wan threw him into a volcano, which kind of sort of what ended up being in the movies.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's our Rancor figures. I hope you liked the episode. Did you have anything else you wanted to add, James?
No, that's it. Just stay tuned for our next episode, because I mean, we're going to be making them very shortly here.
Yeah, yeah. So this is our Rancor review. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe and be looking out for the next video.